afternoon, Vallejo. You are watching VCAT, your hometown television station. This is Community Forum, and I am your host, Maria Bitagon. You can see our show on Channel 27 at Comcast or Channel 99 at AT&T Uverse. We are on TV at 6:30 on Thursdays and Sundays. I want to welcome my guest today. It's Solano County Supervisor Erin Hannigan.
Thank you, Maria, for inviting me on your show.
Oh, I'm so happy, just because I haven't seen you in a long time
It's
also.
been a while.
And this is a perfect time for you to talk to your constituents.
Yes.
And so, because I have known you forever, but most of the people, they don't know sometimes what district you are. So I want them to be very, very sure who Erin Hannigan is.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that is a very familiar question.
Yes.
I'm a Solano County Supervisor, and I represent District 1 for the county. And the district borders are from the Napa County line to Georgia Street.
Right.
County districts are made up by population size, and so we all have equal populations within our districts. So it's most of Vallejo.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, I have been in and out of Florence Douglass Senior Center, and I'm so jealous because I have heard about this shoe giveaway, and I haven't walked in a long time. And so please tell us about your walking shoe giveaway.
Oh, I'd love to. Well, about a year and a half ago, I received a grant from Sutter Health here in Vallejo for $30,000 to provide walking shoes for seniors in our community. And the grant resulted with a conversation I had with the CEO at the time, John Boyd, about my concern with health in terms of people in our community who are aging and mobility. And when I looked at the shoes and that seniors were wearing when I was out on walks, clearly, there wasn't an understanding of how much better how more mobile you would be if you had a pair of shoes that were sturdy and comfortable and provided you with support. And so I had that conversation with John Boyd. That resulted in a $30,000 grant. To date, we've given away over 1,200 pairs of walking shoes to seniors. We partnered with the Florence Douglass Center. If you have not received your shoes from the Florence Douglass Center, please come on down and sign up for our next shoe giveaway. It'll probably be in a couple of months, if not maybe 6 weeks. But our goal is to put the first pair of shoes of walking shoes on our seniors and to encourage more activity, which is something we do every Friday morning at 9 a.m. at the waterfront. We meet and walk for about 2 miles, and it's at your own pace. So also for the audience and for my hometown, Vallejo, come on down and walk with us on Friday mornings at 9 a.m.
I know, because when you go to meetings, if it's going to be on a Friday, I know that there's a certain time when Erin has to go because he has to walk.
It's a commitment, and I've made that commitment to my community and to myself. Not only getting exercise, but if you have that burning question you want to ask me about the county or the city or the school district or whatever it is, come on down. Let's have that conversation while we also get some great exercise.
I have one question for you, and I have to read it. We know your priority is serving the people who live, work, and visit Solano County. Tell us about the partnership you created with the Yoche Dehe Winton Nation.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people will know of the tribe by their more common name, and that is Cache Creek Casino.
Oh, okay.
So Yoshidehi Winton Nation tribe owns Cache Creek Casino, and they have ancestral ties to Solano County, and I was able to work with them after several meetings and talk about what are the needs are in Solano County, and that just happened this last year in 2017. The result was they awarded the county a $1 million grant, and that $1 million grant is going to 3 programs One is called Vibe Solano, and what Vibe Solano is actually continuing their program, which was the result of a $4 million grant from the federal government to encourage healthy habits. So drinking more water versus, say, soda, which Vibe Solano is encouraging that by putting in water bottle refiller stations in all of our schools, as well as now we're going to be able to put it in our senior centers and other places where the public gathers to encourage more drinking of water. Also doing makeovers of corner stores to bring the healthier products, the fruits and vegetables and water towards the front of the store at the checkout, taking down the sugar soda signs and the cigarette signs. And we've done several store makeovers throughout the county. And then another really important aspect of the money that's going to Vibe Solano, which is $400,000, is a media campaign to encourage less smoking, or quitting smoking, to encourage walking and eating healthier. Another $400,000 is going to what we call Food RX, which is a food prescription. So if you go to a county clinic and say you have a chronic illness like diabetes or heart disease, you're going to get your medicine prescription from the doctor, but you're also going to get a prescription for healthy food. And you're going to take that prescription and you're going to go outside the clinic, and there will be a produce van, very similar to the Contra Costa Solano food bank vans. Wow. And you turn in your prescription and you'll get a bag of fresh produce along with easy recipes. So you can go home and create these recipes that will hopefully send you on the path to eating healthier. That's a large commitment, I think, in terms of purchasing, the van and what have you. But what we saw, or what we're finding in our clinics, is the doctors say, well, you got to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables, cut out the fats, exercise more. Here's your medicine, goodbye. And I think for a lot of people, you really need to know, what does that look like? I think that will help change those behaviors, and thereby changing their health outcomes. The other $200,000 is going to our family resource centers, and this is emergency money. And so, for example, if I am a single parent, I work a part-time job, and I'm out ill a couple of days, now I can't afford my rent because I didn't work for those days, that I can go to the family resource center and I can get the money to pay my full rent. Or maybe I need to buy diapers and I can't afford to buy diapers because it's either food or diapers. We have money available for parents to be able to provide diapers for their children. It's really those safety net services, keeping people housed, keeping people healthy, and reducing stress. So yeah, very excited about the relationship that we've created with the Yoshidi Winton tribe. They are wonderful people. They're very much engaged in helping out Solano County, and so I'm excited to work with them. I'm looking at this as a long-term relationship that'll be very beneficial for our residents.
So it's just like addressing homelessness?
Yes.
And addressing, it's actually poverty, homelessness.
Poverty.
And it's very important.
Big
Thank you very
issues.
much. That information not too many people know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm so
Well,
glad.
I'm happy to share.
That's good.
I think the problem is we received the money the week before the wildfires.
Oh yes.
In October.
Mm-hmm.
And so the splash that happened with the receipt of the big check and all the information that went behind it as far as where that money was going was overshadowed soon thereafter by the wildfires.
Okay, so when we talk about funding and we talk about taking care of the homeless and taking care of the people who does not have anything,
Yes.
we always also dwell into nonprofit organizations.
Yes.
So what is the county doing to help nonprofits?
We're actually doing a lot. So I serve, and this year I'm going to be chair of the First 5 Solano Commission. And the First 5 Solano Commission is funded by the Prop 10 cigarette tax dollars, and those are diminishing dollars. Most of that money goes to programs that are provided by nonprofits in our community. And we also partner with the county as well on some of those programs. But what we found is in a study done in 2006 that foundation funding in Solano County, meaning money coming in from large foundations, was about $3 per capita in 2006. The First Five Commission redid the study in 2016, and guess what? We're still only getting $3 per capita in foundation funding. So the sirens went off, and $3 per capita is the lowest of all the Bay Area 9 counties, and the next highest is Napa County at $22 per capita. So together with First Five Solano, my office, and our Health and Social Services Director, Jerry Huber, we have worked on a program to reach out to foundations. And what we found is a lot of them don't even know about Solano County. We're just not on their list of funding. And so we're introducing ourselves, i.e. the county, to the foundations, what the needs are in the county, how they are very similar to needs in other counties that are receiving just as much money, if not more. And then we're also introducing our nonprofits to the foundations. The idea being that if we can create these relationships and we can help support these relationships on an ongoing basis, we will increase those dollars that we're receiving for our nonprofits. Very important. We just went through a training with 25 nonprofits. It was put on by UC Berkeley. They came to Solano County and they trained, like I said, 25 different nonprofit executive directors and board members on how to write proposals, how to introduce yourself to foundation funders, how to create those long-term relationships. It can't be we get the money and then we spend the money and we're like, bye. You know, we really have to learn how to foster those relationships, so it's ongoing funding. And that's the work that we're doing right now, which is very valuable.
To me, so I always want to know, I have a little idea, but I don't know exactly, how do you work with city and state governments?
Oh, yeah. Well, they're definitely our partners in providing services.
That's great.
I work very closely with the city of Vallejo.
I know.
When I was first elected to the county, there was clearly a divide between Solano County and the city of Vallejo, and it came from just long-standing rubs. And it really was important to me to smooth out that relationship. And so I think today we definitely have a much better relationship. Certainly we have to partner. We serve the same constituency, and the county has a huge investment in Vallejo, and one that we're going to be working collaboratively with the city on, and that's Solano 360, the redevelopment of the fairgrounds property. Not to mention that addressing homelessness issues. The working with our state representatives has been wonderful. I'm on the legislative committee. I've been chair this last year, and I will continue to serve on that committee. And we work very closely with our state and federal legislators on supporting bills that will benefit the county, and also putting forth bills like SB 365. Last year, Bill Dodd, our senator, carried SB 365, which passed. I actually went to the Capitol and testified a couple of times to support 365 and also to oppose other bills that would have been negatively impactful to our community. And 365, it allows us to create a regional park system within Solano County, just for the public's information. I serve on the CSAC, Government Finance and Administrative Committee. CSAC is the California Association of County Governments, and then also with NACO, National Association of Counties. I go back every year to DC in February for the legislative conference, and to meet with our legislators, certainly our Congressman Mike Thompson, and then also with our two senators, Dianne Feinstein and Kamala Harris, as well as meet with other organizations or government departments, the Bureau of Land Management, with Tribal Affairs, as well as Health and Social Services, and to the Pentagon. Because we have Travis Air Force Base in Solano County. So, and we want to keep Travis Air Force Base in Solano County. They're a huge asset to our community, so we do want to keep them. But anyway, I work very well with my elected counterparts.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear that.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah. I understand Solano County helped during the recent, this fire.
The wildfires.
The Napa, Sonoma wildfires. Can you share with us what the county contributed?
Yeah, the county was very much involved. Solano did not receive, well, we had 3 private homes that burned during the wildfires, and many more were threatened. But we were fortunate that, we were sort of down the line, if you will, as far as the path of the wildfire. But we had a multi-regional response to help our neighbors in Napa and Sonoma in a number of different ways. One, we had our evacuation sites working with the Red Cross to ensure that people were safe when they had to leave their homes because of the threat of wildfire. The other was opening up the horse barns at the fairgrounds, at the Solano County Fairgrounds.
The horse barns, the horse barns.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We have 1,000 of them, and they have been dormant for 10 years. When horse racing left the county fairgrounds, pretty much just closed the doors and walked away. But they were needed during the wildfires, and we assisted both Sonoma and Napa County with housing their large animals. When I talk about large animals, we had over 350 horses. We had alpacas and llamas, cows, goats, sheep, chickens, roosters. We had 1 duck, 2 pigs. We had over 700 animals, and for 12 days. We had a wonderful outpouring of support from the community. We had over 1,000 volunteers during those 12 days because they needed 24/7 care. They were all being fed and watered. We had veterinarian support from UC Davis and local veterinarians. We had people donating hay and alfalfa and bridles and anything you would need to take care of a horse. And we had wonderful organizations donating food for the humans.
Yes.
Because we had to feed the humans as well. And so for 12 days, I got to wear jeans. And my whole team, both Michael Wilson and Josette Lacey, we were hands-on involved with making sure that every animal there was cared for. And every human that was there taking care of the animals were cared for. And every owner of the animals was taken care of, that they knew their animal was safe. And so, it was really heartfelt. It was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of work.
Yes.
Obviously. Anyway, it was a great experience. I would do it again. 80% of the animals we took care of came from Napa and Sonoma County.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went home.
Well, finally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, so you took care of 2017, okay? Can you share with us some of your priorities for 2018?
Well, I have
2018.
We are in 2018. It's really hard to believe.
Yes.
I hold office hours every month at the Senior Center, Florence Douglass Center on Amador Street. It's the second Wednesday of the month from 9 to 11, and I will continue to do that. I will continue to be available to the public.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And to Vallejoans. Call my office, send an email. I'll meet you wherever is convenient for you. And if you have any questions or concerns or what have you, please continue to call. I always want to be available for my constituents.
Knock at the doors of seniors and visit them.
Yes.
That's one thing that is on top of the minds of all the seniors, what you do for them.
Yes.
When you knock and personally visit them.
Yes.
They appreciate that very much.
Yeah. No, I've done several ride-alongs actually with Meals on Wheels, and met many seniors. And I think what I found most interesting is there were seniors in distress. And so I was able to, my team and I, and working with the county, we were able to really help some folks who needed it. So in 2018, I'm going to continue to be available and open to my constituents. Also, I'm looking forward to continuing the relationship with the Yoshidehe Winton tribe. This is the second month of receiving the money, and so we're going to be reporting back and ensuring that we are not only are we going to do what we said we were going to do with the money, we're also going to hopefully expand the financial obligation there.
I would like to thank you also for being a member of the Superoptimist
International of Vallejo, yes.
International of Vallejo, and for all the things that you're doing for the women, and for all the people that you have helped during the times when the Superoptimists are giving away all of this help.
Yeah.
So I
well,
will
one of
never
our
forget
cornerstones, thank you. One of our cornerstones, though, is scholarships.
That's right.
We give scholarships to young women who are graduating from our schools here in Vallejo and going off to a four-year school. We're going to expand it this year to include young ladies who are going to the community college. We find that, that is an appropriate start for these gals. So if you are a graduating senior this year and you are a young lady, contact the Superoptimist International of Vallejo. We have our scholarship application online. Please apply. We are open for those applications. February, by March, we'll be open for the application.
I wish I was a graduating senior.
I do too, because ladies, they are $5,000 a piece.
That's right. So Supervisor Hannigan, if a constituent want to get a hold of you, what would they do? And also, if you have a very important message to your constituent, could you please address it right now?
I work for you, and I am beholden to you, the constituent of mine in District 1, and I will continue to do that and be available. I take being a public servant very seriously, and
you're like your dad.
It's a passion of mine, that is for sure. And it's not always rewarding. You don't always get the attaboys, but I don't need the attaboys. I know at the end of the day, if I'm able to connect a constituent to a resource, then my job is complete, in that aspect. So what I'd just like to say is that I am reachable. Again, I'm in the county. I'm in Vallejo all the time. My office is actually in Fairfield. The phone number there is 707-784-6662. You can reach me by email, ehannigan@solanocounty.com, and I will respond to your inquiry and whatever I can do to help. So
thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you, Maria. Always a pleasure.
If there is anything I can do to help the county, and if you want you want to communicate something to your constituent, please don't be a stranger.
I will.
Okay?
I won't. I won't be a stranger.